it to the hot tent. It's Christmas Eve morning. I got Ty with me. This will be her first big adventure out here. She's loving it. She's really excited. I don't know where she went. There she is up there. I just took a toboggan and cut the top out of it and put some armholes in it for her, make her orange vest. But we got an Arctic blast coming in. It's supposed to be here tomorrow morning, Christmas morning. I won't be able to upload this till Sunday, so I hope you had a good Christmas and stick around. It's gonna be fun. Well, we got to hike down the hill to the tent. Everything looks fine except for the mouse chewed up more paper towels in here. That's about all he's done though. Made a little mess of that. Left me a few little turds laying over there, but everything else looks like I left it. So I'm gonna work on getting a fire going here. So far the wind's nothing like it was up top the hill down here, so hopefully it'll stay that way for us. What are you doing? Ty. She's having a blast. Oh. You back. You back. Gotta start the fire. So hopefully we got the wood to get us through a few days here, but I know we brought plenty of food and extra water for Ty and extra food for her. She's not a big water drinker either. She's just maintains herself. She is a wiry little thing. She's so excited. All right, Ty, behave. All right, you're a good girl. You're a good girl. Sit down. Sit down. All right. Go play. Go play. Go play. Leave me alone. She's really excited. She spends most of the time in the house or in the kennel when I'm at work. But I didn't want to leave her out in the kennel for a few days with this cold weather coming. It's supposed to be 12 degrees tomorrow morning and then even colder with the wind chill. So she can come along, keep my feet warm for me. She likes to sleep around your feet, curl up in a ball on your feet when you're at home in bed. She's a good protector of my daughter. Keeps her warm at night. She's a good girl. But I'm gonna get the fire going here and go ahead and get started on a pot of coffee. And I'm gonna make one more trip back up to the truck. I did bring an extra sleeping bag just in case. I don't know. I think I'm gonna be fine, but I've been sleeping without even any covers or anything in here. I picked up this moving blanket. I usually use it for a pillow, and there's like 50 acorns fell out of it. So there's a chipmunk or that pack rat's hiding them in there. Ty thinks she wants to eat them, but you got food out there. And maybe we'll run into another visitor here. We'll see what happens. I am in the woods, so I don't know if we'll need it or not, but my kerosene lamp here is to give us another extra BTU or two inside the tent. I like to fill it outside in case I spill some. Like I said, I do got a carbon monoxide detector in the tent. So if that ever happened to go off, I can just crack it open a little bit better. That thing seals up pretty good, really. So we got the rain snow mix moving in now. It's still above 32 degrees. It's about 34 outside. I got a thermometer. I got one in here. It's 80 in here right now. It's warmer in here than it is in my house. But I'm just messing around with the rocking chair project I told you I got going on. I showed you some of the pieces in a tree I cut down before in my other videos, but this is like the one upright in the front, which this end will go down into the rocker part. What I'm doing is I'm just roughing them down. I only have the biggest auger bit I got is 1 inch. I got for my drill here. So I got a piece of scrap here that I put a 1 inch hole in. But what I'm trying to do is I'm gonna taper this down to near that, and then I'm gonna go like maybe what, an inch or inch and a half deep, and try to make it square around instead of tapered. But I'll try to square it up and around. Once I get it down close, I'll probably use a saw and a knife to get it a little closer. These are just what tools I have. I have an East Wing hatchet and a little Fiskars handsaw. I got a bush lure, bush knife, and then this old drill. But I've got a little variety pack of different size auger bits, which this is the biggest one, so that's what I'm going to use on the larger, meatier pieces. I've got one that goes all the way down to this size. I don't know if it's a quarter or something, but I'll use that to make like wood nails if I need to. And I do have a little bit of glue here, but that's a long ways off. I won't be gluing anything for a while. I've got quite a bit of carving and shaping to get done here. But that's what's got going on right now. Ty's having her little snack. She had a nap. She wore herself down quick. I'll probably try to get what I think I want to do is get the two sides assembled first. Once I get them down where I need them, if I can get this to work out, I want to have the two sides assembled, and then I'll assemble the two sides together with the other pieces of wood where I got the chair, pretty much the frame of the chair, and then I'll go into the rocker parts. That's what I'm thinking right now anyway. So I'm just going to carve on this a while and then think about that. I'll have to do the tops and the bottoms the same, which this will be like an upright, like I said, and then there'll be an armrest come across and catch this one, and then it'll go into the back, one of these backs. So I'm close to roughing it down with a hatchet. I took the knife and trimmed down some of them, the nasty hatchet marks, which I do have a couple draw knives at home. I thought about building a shave horse and stuff, but there's no room in here for it, and I don't know if I want to have one just sitting outside. I don't know how much I would use other than for this project, and then I'd rather spend my time on this project than the shave horse project. But we're just gonna go with it like this for now. And so I'm close there, almost down to that size I'm looking for. I mean, it'll barely fit in there. Poke its start in there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna come back about I don't know exactly how deep this auger is. I say it's over an inch from the here to here, so I'm gonna come back about that far. I'm gonna try to keep them all the same depths and everything, and then I'm gonna come back and make me a little mark here. Try this. Go with that depth for that. I don't know what you call that, a peg or a joint or whatever, but I'm gonna kind of go around it with a saw there. Not too deep, because I don't want to be deeper than that inch, or yeah, that inch around. I'm just gonna do this all the way around, and then I'll try to clean it up from there with a knife. I do have a chisel here if I think I need to use that, but I think I can maybe back cut it here just a little bit. Maybe even with the hatchet I can come back this way just a little bit to that saw cut. Take me some out like that all the way around. Just try to be careful. This stuff is dry. It's definitely not green wood. It's been around a while, so that's chipping back off there pretty good. What I'm thinking is if I can get the hole and the peg the same depth, the weight shouldn't drive through and split the rest out. But I think I can just trim it out like that for now. Get the rest of that peg cut out, which that's doing pretty good. Okay, I'll work on this a while and see what we come up with. So I'm getting close. I'm just taking some really easy small shavings and trying to get it square around, you know, where it's the same size all the way around, and it takes a lot of eyeballing, but it's going in there, and it looks like that's a pretty good fit there. I'll get a little bit more towards the top. You can see what I'm doing now though, but I want them to fit pretty tight along with some glue, but I think I'm getting there. That's what I'm talking about though, so that's how I want to try to put it all together. Just peg it like that. So it's going to be a lot of work carving them small pegs and notches like that. But I want to give you an idea of how I'm wanting to do it. So it's just mainly taking your time and being careful and kind of keep going around and following it around until you get it where you want it. It's all mostly just by feel and eyesight. I don't, I'm kind of gauging it by, with the auger and this hole I've drilled in this one. I want them to fit snug, I don't want it to pull apart, but that's pretty snug on that one. I think I'll take just a little bit more off towards this top, and then, I'll start another one. But that's how I want to go with it. Quite a few of them to do, though. 2, 4, I don't know. There's probably at least 20 of them I got to do. I don't know. I was sitting here carving away, and it kept sounding like rain outside. It's a rain sleet mix, I guess. So I peek out. I don't have the door all the way closed. I peek out the bottom, and it looks white out there. So let's go out and look at it. Here it is. We're getting it now. Snow's here. Looks like 30 degrees right now, Fahrenheit. It's just now starting to accumulate a little bit for us, I guess. It's a little bit of a mix still. What do you think, Ty? I got lost in carving in there. I got quite a bit of parts done on that. Well, about 4 parts done for that rocker. It's 80 in here right now. It was 100 a while ago, and I just let the fire go down. I put a piece of green wood in there just to keep the coals going on, but so far I got the 2 fronts, the uprights, they're both made up top and bottom. And I'm working on this back upright. The top of it, I just decided to round it off. Kind of dark in here, but and that'll be the bottom that'll go into the rocker part itself. So I'm getting a little work done in here, but I'm about to fix something to eat. Alright, so another biscuit recipe I'm messing with. My mom told me about it. It's just a cup of self-rising flour and a cup of heavy whipping cream, which it turned out some nice fluffy biscuits. They need just a little bit longer, but I'm gonna start these. What I got? Some ready rice. And I got another can of chicken. Maybe. Boy, them things don't want to open. They seal good. Them chicken does. There it goes. So I'm going to have rice and chicken and biscuits. It'll be tonight's main entree. I also got some more raspberry jam. Tomorrow I'm going to be cooking fingerling potatoes, carrots, canned deer, and probably more biscuits or some kind of bread. Yeah, it's hot. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna load up on these calories and we're gonna go do a hike out in the snow. Boy, that's hot. Chicken and rice. Put some coffee in that cup. I had that heavy whipping cream in it. Made pretty good little creamy coffee. Let me load up here and then we'll get out, go play in the snow. Had to step out, guys. Sitting in there and hot and eating. I'm drenched, sweating. It's hot in there. I don't want to be soaking wet when I go for a hike. I'm burning up now. I turned that damper down on that stove to cook on it. It's well over 100 degrees in there. Some good stuff. Ty's wanting some of it. I usually don't give her anything but her own food, but I've gave her a couple snacks already. It's because she's been running so much today. I'm gonna finish this dinner up and go for a walkabout. We're in the middle of the big climb. There's a spot way on up here. I can sometimes pick up a signal and see if I got any message or anything. Every once in a while I go up there and just check it out, but most of the time I don't. But I think we got our white Christmas. It's pretty awesome out here. It's so peaceful. Ty's running around ringing dinging like a little reindeer or something. A little Salvation Army dog. I don't know what she is. We get up to the top here and I'll get back with you. This is about the highest point right here in the area I can get to right now. But I can't get no signal through. It looks like it's almost a whiteout everywhere on the outside around here. You can't see anywhere other than just right around me. So it's coming down pretty good. So it's a little icy. Ty's loving it. Let me find a spot here. I want to show you something. Alright, here's why you keep your raspberry jelly in them little tiny jars. Look at that. Ty, get back. Back. Get back. Get back. There it is, guys. That's hashtag survival. It's an awesome Christmas Eve out here in the woods. Really surprised we got the snow. They were calling for an Arctic blast and a bunch of rain and no accumulation of snow when I left the house. But we're getting some accumulation here. Hi, what are you doing? She's wanting some biscuit so bad. Here. It's all right. Good girl. Good girl. All right, guys, we're gonna move on, finish our biscuit. I'm thinking a little later on in the year, February, something like that. I'll be able to come up here to this area, this high spot, and this will be a good area to find some nice deer sheds somewhere along here, because he's got it tore up all over the place. I don't know if it's just one or several, but they've got it destroyed, scratching on these trees and digging up the ground. I think they come up here to this high spot and bed down too. We're gonna have to start getting our way back towards the tent. It's pretty daggone cold right now. I don't know, it's dropping fast. Just take my gloves off to mess with this phone, and it starts stinging my fingers. I know Ty's feet are hurting. She's been running through water. Her bell's quit ringing. It's just ticking now. It's got full of ice. So I'm gonna start working her back down and get around towards the tent and see if we can get warmed up. This is one of the steeper spots coming back, but It's going to be a little bit shorter for us, I think, if she can get through all this without getting tangled up. Go on, jump it. Go on, you got it. A lot of briars over there. Come on, follow me. There you go. Good girl. Good girl. As nice as it is out here in the woods, it's beautiful, peaceful, but when you come back and you're walking up on the hot tent, you can see the heat coming off of the pipe, and you know it's 80 plus degrees in there. You get that home sweet home feeling. I know she needs a warm up. I could use a little warm up myself. I think it's coffee time. I left water on when we left. It's 29. It's gonna get a lot colder though. Stick with us. Yeah, I'll take 81 in here. That was with the door cracked. You cold, Ty? Let's check the stove. Oh, nice warm bed of coals in there. Yeah, she's been licking her paws since we got back in here. They're probably stinging her. What was that old movie, The Call of the Wild? I'm gonna have to make you some booties, Ty. You're all right. You'll warm up. Yeah, you'll be fine. Good girl. So this thermometer is in the middle of the tent, front to back. The door's cracked open down there a little bit. Get a draw. It's in the middle, top to bottom. Right now, I'm burning up. It's about 105 in here. Oh my gosh. So let's take a step out. We're still getting snow. It's coming down good, guys. We hear this stuff build up on the tent, and you hear every once in a while it'll slide down. Ty gets like, what the heck's going on? It's sticking to it a little bit, but it ain't too bad. Out here it's saying like 22. Feels good to come out in your house slippers once in a while. I take them off to take my boots off to warm, dry out, and I went to grab them slippers out from under the cot, and they were full of acorns. So somebody was definitely stocking up for winter around here. Well, I gotta cut that fire back a little bit or something. It's just too hot. I've been burning that locust. That stuff does the trick. Try getting a little potty in. It's gonna be dark before long. But I've still been in here carving away on the parts of the rocker. I got a big mess of cedar shavings all over in here. I like the way they're turning out all right, these ends. Hopefully, it's going to be a little bit of a trick to get all my holes drilled to right angles, I think. I'll get it to work out somehow. Took one last trip outside for the bathroom break. It's dark out now. I got hot peppermint tea, honey. I'm gonna close the door up as soon as Ty comes back in from her bathroom break. There's a couple inches out there now, so that's pretty exciting. And it's still coming down, so be anxious to see what we have in the morning. But I think that's about all they're gonna be for tonight, so I guess I'll see you all in the morning. Well, good morning. Merry Christmas. We made it through the night. I just slept in a t-shirt and pajamas pants. Stayed warm all night. Slept good. I don't know what it is outside yet. It's about 7 a.m. And I'm gonna get some coffee and get dressed a little bit. Then we'll go out and see what it's like outside. Ty slept all night. She never really got up any. I'd say she's probably kind of tired from climbing all these hills. She's not used to the hills. I've only taken her to flat ground. She was running around a lot yesterday, really excited. So I think she's kind of probably sore. So let me get this coffee going and get awake here. We'll go outside and see what it's like. All right, here we go. Oh wow, we got a good bit of snow. Probably a few inches at least. Let's see. Looks like about 12 degrees. Oh, wait a minute. About 19 degrees. 19 degrees Fahrenheit. Ty's not feeling too good this morning. I think she overdid it yesterday. Oh wow. So quiet and peaceful out here. It was reading about 85 when I walked out of the tent inside there, and the fire had been out for a little while. I just got it going just enough to get the coffee warmed up. But I don't know, that's almost as long as my fingers, probably about 3 close to 4 inches here. Alrighty, I'm gonna get started on breakfast and see what the new day brings. I'm just gathering up some snow so I have some coffee water later. Just put this on the stove to melt down when we get back from hiking, so we're gonna save on our water we carried in. There's nothing worse than not having water. I've been in way colder temperatures than this. One time at least that I didn't have water for 2 days, and it was the most horrible thing ever. I never want to go through that again. You think you need less water when it's cold out than you do when it's hot, but it's not like that. It's actually, it seems like it's the opposite. I get so thirsty when I'm out in the cold. Water tastes so good when you get a drink of it. So don't ever underestimate the amount of water you need. You know. So I'm gonna put this on the stove and then go for a hike, and I'll have hot coffee water when we get back. I'm calling it 4 inches. It's well above my ankles. some climbing around. Just need some grippers on my feet. It's slippery too. Everything here is on a slant. It's hard to see the way how steep everything is here on camera, but it's pretty awesome. I'm gonna work my way up. There's a valley down through here I want to look down through, and then I'm thinking I want to try to go up to that area again where I told you I might be able to get a signal. Maybe tell my kids Merry Christmas if I can get a message out or not. I don't know, but they know where I'm at, and I told them and everybody before I left. Told everybody on Instagram where we were headed, and they're on there too. So both my kids are pretty much grown. My son's 28, I think. He's on his own, doing his own thing. But Merry Christmas, Noah. And my daughter, she lives with me. And she's spending this Christmas with her mom. Merry Christmas, Nevaeh. Here's this valley. I'm gonna see if it even shows up on camera. She's wanting to head down in there, but it's steep. It's hard to see on the camera, but it goes way down in there. I've followed that all the way up and down through there in the summer and stuff. I've never tried going up and down it with snow on it. It'd be pretty hard. It just don't do any justice on this camera the way it goes down through there, and it splits off in there's a Y right here where I'm standing. There's some big deer that come through here. She's making her way down across there, but it's so peaceful, so quiet out here. I left her bell off today. She don't need it. I can see her pretty good now. I did go ahead and put the sweater on her just to help her keep her warm, but it's her feet that's gonna get cold on her. And then everything goes on way on uphill there, but White Christmas. I got a couple messages out, but the wind and the cold is ferocious up here. It's time for a hot and spicy sausage. I don't know if Ty won't eat one of these, but I'll let her try it. They're good. Yeah, I can see. I know the camera won't pick it up, but I can see better out there than I did yesterday, but I can see that big clouds of snow blowing around on tops of all these hills. It's ferocious. I think the hot tent's missing me. I haven't seen any deer tracks. They must be bedded down, holding tight, waiting for this stuff to be over with, I guess. I'm gonna go back to the tent, get warm. I guess we're getting another snow shower. Everything's white all around now, and there's flakes falling all over. I don't think it's just blowing out trees. It's coming down pretty heavy now. I don't know. We're gonna get some more tonight, Ty. What do you think? She's such a nut. She keeps stopping, licking her paws. She ran through water again. She's going on 10 years old, so she ain't no young pup. She's healthy though. Sweet home again. That thing was completely packed with snow. That's what you get. I got one good cup of coffee and a little bit more there. So it takes a lot of snow to make something to drink. I didn't drink any water while I was out, but I had this in my pocket. It froze in my pocket. Some nice cold water there. Went out and got me another pot of snow. I'll get that melted down a little bit more. I got carrots. Petite carrots, fingerling potatoes. I'm gonna put them all, well, not all of them, probably all the carrots, but half these potatoes in there to put on the simmer for most of the day and have them ready, softened up for dinner tonight, making some deer stew. Right now I'm gonna sit down, warm up, and enjoy some coffee. Carrots. These little potatoes are the best things ever. Fingerlings. I can bake them, whatever, but I'm just gonna let that all simmer in there for the day and warm up. And do a little bit of carving on my chair project, and then we'll work on dinner. So here's a little progress shot. These are the arms. I'm only gonna finish the one end for now. I need to clean that one up there a little more, but I think they might be a little long, so I haven't decided what to do with the end where your hand is. I may cut it off and round it or whatever, but I got the 2 pegs cut into that, and that's the arms. Here's the 2 uprights for the front. Would be like your front legs. So I got them done, or roughed in pretty much. I got the peg done anyway, the dowel. And then the back uprights, I got 2 of them, which this end will go into the rocker end. This end's just basically gonna be rounded off. Got 2 of those. That one's just rounded off. This one's just the peg that goes into the rocker. And then, so now I've dug out, on your uprights, you're gonna have to have a spot for the seat, and then a spot to brace the bottom all the way around them. So I got 8 of them to do, which I don't think I might have to use the hatchet much on them to get them down to where I want. It's mostly going to be knife work and maybe a little saw cut to get that dowel in the ends of them all. Got to do 8 of those still. Hopefully I got them pretty close to the right lengths, same lengths, but for now I need to touch up the edges on these tools. They're getting a little bit dull on me. All I got with me is a puck, which that's all I need. It's got a rough side and a fine side. I only need a fine side. I got a mineral oil. I always use mineral oil on all my tools and everything, just because I never know when I'm gonna. I eat off all my tools. It don't matter what it is. Mineral oil is just as good as any, and it's not gonna bother you if you happen to eat some of it. But just to do a quick edge on them, all I do is touch them up like this. Nothing fancy. I don't let them get away from me where they're messed up so bad that I can't just touch them up. You know, I don't like to use the stones all the time. At home I've got a steel. I use a steel a lot more to touch them up because it don't take off the metal like a stone does. But I use as long as you're hitting that edge right. knocking that curl off. It doesn't take much. I don't use a special method. I like to use the stone, work the stone on the steel more than I do the steel on the stone. It just, I can see the line of the oil better and the edge when I do it that way. Then I can just touch each spot that I need to touch. Anyway, then to test if they're sharp enough, I just drop them on my thumbnail at about 45 degrees, and if they'll sit on there, that one's not quite, it is in spots, there's a spot that's not there. If they'll sit on my thumbnail like that and catch, they're sharp enough to be working with. You get stuff too sharp and it dulls just, I mean, this is as sharp as can be. It's actually razor sharp, but like an axe and stuff, it's nice to have sharp tools, but I found with an axe, you're putting so much use into them that you'll really mess the edge up if you get the axe too sharp. If you get an axe as sharp as a knife, for me, it just wants to stick in everything, and then you hit knots and whatever, and it just destroys the edge, and then you have to completely knock all that off and start that edge all the way over. It'll bend it if it gets too thin, too sharp, but I like them sharp. I mean, I can slice food and everything with my axe just the same as a knife. You just got to be careful how thin you get that edge. This axe is, I mean, this is actually a hatchet. So a hatchet you can go a little sharper than you would want on an axe or a maul or something, because you're not really splitting wood. But other than maybe kindling is what all I do with an axe or a hatchet. Axe a little bigger, you go with the splitting the smaller stuff to get your kindling or whatever, chopping down a tree. But these little East Wing Campers hatchets, I don't know, I've used them since I was probably 10 years old, and I've never really cared for any other ones all that much. The only thing I've ever had go bad with them is every once in a while, if you let them weather too much, these handles will come up, the leather will shrink or rust apart on you. But I've had a couple of them disappear from me, and I know they weren't left behind because I carry these things with me. I don't leave them lay nowhere. But they're not even really expensive, but they're awesome. Now there you can feel a little bit of a rough spot, and then you can feel a sharp spot. So that's when I just take the stone and I want to pull that rough spot out. I like to stroop them with, especially my knives, with a leather. I don't even have, I got my boots here. I could use a boot maybe, but it's not going to be that big a deal for what I'm doing here. I just got to get these edges enough to make the work a little easier on me. I actually put a nick on that one. It was already thin enough to where it's nicked it because, which one was? I think it was this one, or this. Yeah, I think it was this one, yeah. There's a big knot right there, and it took a lot of beating on that axe to knock that knot down. Knots are hard to work with. As you can see, I haven't actually cleaned that up much more because that's hard on your knife too when you're trimming around a knot and then on a knot. So it's pretty much trying to cut a hard end grain. So that's about all I'm going to go for now, and I'm going to start on these. All I'm going to probably do is measure back on these the same distance as all my other ones. Make me a mark. do a small saw cut because there's not. These are close. These aren't that far off from what I need there. They're pretty daggone close, really. So I'm not gonna have to do much hatchet work on any of that. Maybe they'll go a little better, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Had to step outside there for a minute for my refrigerated goods here. It's break time. It's pretty windy out there. Pretty cold. Nice and comfortable in here though. I got some butter, whipped cream, heavy whipping cream, chocolate milk. I like chocolate milk in my coffee. I haven't been using it though, but I'm going to this around. Cheese ball. Gotta have cheese ball for Christmas. My mom made me up a nice ball of it here. It's a little bit frozen. She wants her cheese ball too. I know it's gonna be a long video, but I don't know what to do about it. It's three days and nights out here. Holiday weekend. Oh well. Oh. Gonna have to go out for a walk again pretty soon, I think. And I'll go ahead and probably throw the deer meat in the onions and carrots and let them simmer while we're gone. Come back. I think I'm gonna fry some cornbread. I think have fried cornbread, like pancakes type cornbread. I don't know. Chocolate coffee. Alright, back to work. I got 2 of the braces done so far. I'm working on the 3rd one. I just wanted to show you a way that's helping me out with this back cut where I was using an axe before, and these are so small I don't want to. So I just been getting up a little above that saw cut and just kind of using my little block to clean that back. It's working out pretty good for me. Get that little chip out. Some of these small ones are a little bit harder because they got them small knots in them, and all I can do is use the knife. I'm afraid the axe will just, something will happen and destroy it, really, what'll happen. But once I get around and get them out, and then I just kind of shave it back and square it up. They're going along all right. It's hard getting that cut around sometimes. It's hard to get it to meet up square. That's the way it looks a little better tapered. I might have to taper some of these back. I don't know. It's learn as you go. Potatoes and carrots are soft. Might be a bit much water in there right now, so I'm gonna take a little bit of that out. I'll just make potato flavored coffee. Yeah, maybe just a little bit. So I'm gonna leave a little bit of water in there. Alrighty. Canned deer meat. Deer stew. I use a little water here to wash that cup, that glass out. Alrighty. Now we'll let that simmer a while. Go for a walk. Come back and fry some cornbread or something. Reading 15 degrees out here now. That deer stew's gonna be good when we get back. I just had to get out, get some air, and go for a walk. Ty's wanting out too. Guys, I appreciate you if you had the patience to watch all this. I'm running on an hour now, so I'm gonna do this part one. When we get back, we'll pull out the stew and dinner, and that'll be beginning of part two. I gonna stay one more day and one more night, and we really appreciate you joining us. Thanks for watching, guys. Get out there. I hope you got something out of it. Get out there and enjoy nature. Thank Mother Nature. See you on part two, guys.